It's 8:30 already. How time flies. Just waiting to see who comes on. It's been a week already. Takes forever for Friday, doesn't it? Monday comes quick. We got a few people coming. Hi, Lisa. We'll give it just a hi, Holly. Hey, everybody. We'll give it a couple of minutes. Bev and Charlie, hey. What else to do? What else to do on a Friday night? It's cold out tonight. Wow. Yeah. Well, we'll try to keep up with the comments here. Hi, everybody. Joshua says, mentioned Jack last week. That's your grandfather. Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes doing it this way and waiting for the comments, it takes a little while. It's funny, I was watching another medium, Thomas John, actually. He was on live the other night, and he was saying the same thing. It's a little difficult. It's a little bit different doing a reading or getting the information when you're waiting for comments to come up. But hi, Kim. Another Lisa. So yeah, waiting for the comments sometimes can be a little bit, maybe a little bit boring, maybe sometimes waiting for them. That's okay. We'll keep going. I did start to pick up a few things, so we'll see if anybody can pick anything up, or if anybody had any other questions or something for a few minutes. Anything that's been concerning anyone that I can help with? Who knows? Maybe figure something out. Yeah, it's too cold, that's for sure. What have I got going on? Tomorrow readings all day that's been booked up already. People are really looking for answers, I think, or I don't know what. I'm not sure. So the readings book up pretty quick. So tomorrow's booked already, and March 30th, I don't know how many spots are left. There's only a couple spots left. But it's kind of nice, but then again, you know, it leaves a lot of people waiting. I'm in London too, I think it's April 27th. I'm in London doing readings. So if you know anybody out that way, I've got a couple people booked already. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know, Lisa, if I have any messages, we'll see how it comes through. Hi, Ann. Patty. Yeah, we'll see what comes through and go from there. I still haven't got that workshop figured out just yet. Just getting that kind of straightened around. There's been some, thank you for those couple of people that had to change your appointments this past week or week and a half. Had some things come up where I had to change some appointments, but I'm going to get caught up. Hey, everybody. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to start. Hi, Bob. I'm going to start out a little bit of information that I got earlier. I wouldn't mind starting with that. Just because. Anyway, I'm just wondering. I do know that there's a gentleman for somebody here. He's an older gentleman, so it's going to be dad or grandfather for sure. And he passed away at an much older stage in his life, 70s, 80s. I know 70s isn't that old, but you know, that kind of thing. I want to say he looks like he would look like a drawing of an old sailor. So he's got the gray beard and the gray hair and the gray beard, and when he passes, he's a little bit frail, on the frail side. So I don't know if someone can pick anything up with that at all. I'm going to start with that. Yeah. Father, grandfather. Male, that male for sure. I know that for sure. And that's always coming through at first is a description that way. Sometimes they come through different ways. Sometimes it's by how they look. Sometimes I don't ask for a specific way. I just, you just open up and whatever it is you're impressed with is the way you go. So that's why I'm going with that. So I don't have any more comments. Joshua, Jillian, yeah, I pick up. So again, father, grandfather, a little bit on the frail side, at least when he passed. He's still got grayish beard. It doesn't have to be a big beard, but there's gray hair. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting jack with this, but I'm getting more of a description. Okay, so I'm also hearing the name Rose with that as well. I wonder if anybody can tune into that if that doesn't fit for anyone. Okay. We'll leave that for a second. Somebody asked about aliens. I don't really who asked about aliens. Yeah, you know what? I'm not really paying much attention to that right now, to be honest with you. I'm kind of sticking to my meditation, my mediumship, and that sort of thing. So I don't put a lot of effort into thinking about what's going on outside of that right now. I know there's a lot of theories about other planets and people and all that stuff. There's lots of theories about that. It's kind of neat, though. It's very neat to follow. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I don't want to give too much information. Sometimes if you overload too much information, 5 and 6 and 7 different pieces of information, and you've got several people taking a partial, I want to make sure I'm with the right person. So, Rose and man with a beard, is that, oh, that's funny. I know exactly who you're talking about, Patty. Oh, boy. Isn't that something? I know who you're talking about. I did a reading for a lady, and Patty's picked up on it. You know that? Wow. Okay, what else can I say about it? I don't know if was he frail when he passed away. Rose, he did look like a sailor with the beard, didn't he? Gee whiz. Julianne Trainer. I saw your husband today, and I realized it was him after. I didn't recognize him at first. So sorry. I said hi, but I didn't recognize him at first. Okay, Patty. What about a bingo? Can you help with this? Because Rose is not online. So maybe Patty, can you help with this? Maybe what the information that you know regarding bingo. Is there anything regarding bingo? Yeah. I feel kind of dumb that I didn't talk much to him. I mean, we did have an appointment and we went on, Julie, but okay. I'm going to throw something else in there. I don't know, Patty. I don't know if it's still if we're on the same guy or not. 12:15. 12:15. Not necessarily a time. It could be a date. That came up a little bit earlier, so it could be a date for sure. 12:15. So I don't know, Patty. Can you connect the bingo to the Rose and the guy that looked like a sailor? I'm gonna wait and see. That's another thing. Sometimes I'll get information for people. They'll come for a reading, and it'll be their reading. However, they'll get something. They'll get a neighbor's past relative or somebody that can bring that message, be a messenger themselves, and bring the message on. We've also got a lot of people that won't go to mediums. So if your person that's passed away wants to get a message through, and they can't go through their own family because of their belief system, or they just don't know to go see a medium, sometimes the information comes through that way. It comes through me to someone that's having a reading, and then that person having the reading ends up passing the information on again. I get that. There's a way. A lot of times there's a way to get the information through. Yeah, Patty, 12 and 15 and bingo. And if you don't get it, that's okay. December 15th, that's kind of how I felt it as well. Not as a time, but as a date. So I'm going to ask the people. There's a couple of people that said, yeah, December 15th has some significance. So how about the gentleman, December 15th? Alicia. Alicia, did he have a beard? And those are a couple of things that I was picking up. We'll see if that was it. It feels like it. You said he was a Jehovah's Witness, and when I read your comment, that feels. You missed my opening statement. Okay, a gentleman, father, grandfather that's passed. I say he looks like a sailor. When I say that, I mean the gray hair, the gray beard. It doesn't have to be not a long beard, but just certain amount of beard. He was on the frail side when he passed away. I just feel there was a little bit of weakness there, like in his body. Oh, I better scroll here for a second. Oh, okay. So Doris, very frail near the end. Hi, Katie. Oh. Okay, so it's Alicia, right? And Doris with the Jehovah's Witness. I really feel that's who I've got then. If you can take all that information, December 15th, the way he looked, that he was frail, can you take Rose at all with that? I'm wondering if you can take Rose. Sometimes, and you're saying yes. I don't know if that was to the Rose or not, but personally, I like to be 100% correct, right? I mean, doesn't everybody want to be 100% correct? And when you go see a medium, you want them to be 100% correct too. But that's just not always possible. So we do the best we can. Doris, your sister's Rose. So far, all the pieces in the puzzle are fitting, aren't they? Everything is fitting. Okay. Because he's still holding his Bible. It looks like a Bible. It's a small black book. I'm saying I'm not sure what a Jehovah's Witness carries with them, if it's an actual Bible or a version, their version, or that kind of prayer book, that sort of thing. And he's got a hold of it. It's a black one. He's got a hold of it, and he certainly has his faith. He still holds on to his faith, even though I'm not knowledgeable on how a Jehovah's Witness sees this kind of work that I do, so I can't speak to that, but he is still calling that his faith is very strong, okay, and that's why he's still holding it. And you're saying, yeah, they have a Bible. He's still holding that very strong, and in that he put a lot of faith in that Bible. He put a lot of faith in his belief system, and that's really what carried him through. Yeah, he would definitely be carrying it. Okay, yeah, so he's certainly hanging on to that for sure. And he's saying that faith. He's saying faith is a good thing, and it doesn't have to be one particular faith. Just to have faith in the higher good, have faith in some people call heaven, in that wonderful place of unconditional love. And that's what he believes. He says, and it doesn't matter what you are, whether you're Jehovah's Witness or what other religion you are, as long as you have faith that there's another side, and that's where we go and the soul lives on. He's really good with that. He's really, really good with that, and that's important to him. I don't know if I'm moving on and out already, because would pigs or piglets, small piglets or pigs, mean anything to you as well, Doris and Alicia? I'm just wondering if that's got anything to do with that at all. I know it's kind of threw a left-handed monkey wrench into this and went total different direction with this. But just wondering if that means anything that's still attached to him as well. Yeah. Oh, you see him as a cardinal. Yeah. Yeah. I get that. Cardinals seem to be a bird of choice sometimes for signs, eh? Yeah, they're nice. So I don't know if pigs or piglets, the cute ones, the little cute ones, not the big old muddy sow pigs, just a little cute one. So if you're picking up on anything that, I'm kind of impressed we got as much as we got, right? You're not sure about the piglets. Okay, that's okay. That's another one of those things I always should tell people. Hang on to it in your mind. See if something comes from that. I've also learned already that sometimes I'm moving on to somebody else. So unless there's somebody else that either has a funny story or can relate, Doris says, you opened the barn door and the piglets escaped. Well, yeah, that could be the connection there that he's talking about. He just wants to make that little connection with you. Okay. Yes, the piglets. Okay. He was kind of tight too, wasn't he, with his money? I just feel that he was tight with it. He always believed that, I'm getting the feeling that he always believed that you always had to have a couple extra bucks in case something went wrong, in case the washing machine broke or something happened to something. Hi, Chris. Okay. Yeah, he was tight, a little bit. Okay. That's again, that's just the feeling that I'm getting from him. Yeah. Okay. He feels much better. Did he pass about? Was a heart problem part of a few things? Was there a heart problem? He always told you to save. Yeah. I'm just asking if there was a heart condition. That may not have been. I just feel it contributed to his passing. Okay. Something that he didn't know there wasn't. It's something. Okay. Maybe because I'm feeling he denied getting. No, I shouldn't say. I don't know if I want to say denied, but he delayed getting some help with stuff. Colon cancer. Okay. I just feel that he kind of held back. Boy, I feel a lot of, there's a lot of people in a lot of readings that people will come through and didn't go to the doctor when they feel they really should have ahead of time. But he had a heart attack when you were 12. Okay, that explains the heart problem that wasn't directly related to his passing. Okay, so we got the right guy. That's for sure. We got the right guy. Okay. Yeah. He still, as I said earlier, he comes through with that faith, and he wants everybody to believe in the faith. That's his message. That's his story. I guess he's still he cared about everyone else. Yeah, I guess he's still preaching, right? Even after he's gone in the physical, he's still preaching because he's telling everybody to have that faith and have that belief. And it doesn't have to be. You don't have to go to this building or that building every Sunday to have that faith and have that belief. That's how he's saying it. Okay, you can be good and have the faith and still not have to go to a specific place all the time. Yeah, he always wanted to come through. Well, that's good. So that Alicia, that's your grandpa, right? So So one more thing before I go. Did Grandma pass prior to him? Did she pass away first? I guess that's my question before I move on. Okay, Doris. Yeah, very neat. No way. Okay. Because I feel there are others with him, right? And I felt a woman's presence that's with him. I wasn't sure who the woman was. She's just not coming. Oh, she's still here. Okay, so you can pass a little message on then. I'm just not sure who the woman is that's around him. So sometimes the energy is there. You can feel it. You can sense it, but sometimes it's just far enough away, or just at a stage where you're not just quite picking up any details. Okay, cool. So that was that message. Okay. I wonder if anybody watching, can you feel the energy? I'm just really curious, because this is all done so electronically and through, the internet and everything else. I'm just really curious if anybody can actually sense any of the energy. I ask that a lot of times. I'll ask that with people that are having readings, because near the end you can feel the difference in the energy in the room. You can feel things change, just your focus and just the way everything goes. Just curious, that's all. Yeah, you're welcome, Doris. Yeah. Okay. If I have something for somebody, I'll certainly let you know. That's one of the things that kind of bugs me, is I can't always answer every single question or give every person a reading as much as I'd like to. If something sticks out or I get some information, I'll pass it on for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Don. So, oh, that's very nice of you to say that. I'm gonna blush. Okay. So we took everything. We took the date. We took a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just looking at the little notes that I made here earlier. So I'll show you. It's all backwards to you guys anyway. So I think it is. Yeah, wow, we took everything. I'm still stuck with that bingo, so I'm not sure what the bingo thing was with that. That's the only thing out of that much information. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. I got somebody that either had a lot of dogs or actually had a kennel. Yeah, either had a lot of dogs or had a kennel. Because I'm actually, it's funny. I'm actually, what a wet dog smells like. I'm getting that smell, and it's just not one dog. This is somebody that's passed. And as I said, they either had a lot of dogs, they could have even had a kennel, or they had enough dogs that they even, they had something built for several. They had several dogs. I'm wondering if that jogs anybody's memory at all. I'm feeling a connection, a little more of a connection to a woman actually with this than a man. Wow. Okay, waiting to see. Don says, my mom was Grandma Bingo to my kids. Oh, that's what they call her, Grandma Bingo? That's funny. Okay. So you get the wet dog smell. Yeah. This is someone who, thanks for that, Dan. This is somebody who had their own dogs. And like I said, they either had several, or they ran a small kennel. I don't have anybody taking that right now, so let's see what else we got going on. And I'm kind of stubborn. I don't like leaving things hanging out there. Yeah. Okay. Nobody's got the dog thing. Can anybody take anything? Because I feel like I'm out in the country, right? With that many dogs, you're not going to be in town anyway. So that's kind of makes sense. So I feel like I'm a little bit out in the country with this. Okay, nothing yet, eh? Okay. Okay. Dogs, dogs, dogs. Dogs outside. Oh boy, smell dogs. Dog kennel. Okay. I want to talk about a fire. I can see the fire. I'm not going to say what I see burning because I don't see that yet. I'm seeing a fire too. So nothing's. I don't feel it's not anything really serious right now. Not the way I'm seeing it anyway. I wonder if we've got anybody that can take that along with the dogs. So Don, you took Grandma Bingo, but you can't take the dogs, right? Okay. Your dad had a fire when you were 12 in the garage. There's got to be a connection to dogs as well, because they're together for sure. There's got to be a dog connection in there. I feel like I'm the dog with a bone here. I'm not letting go. Cindy, your uncle was a vet. That's a lot of dogs, and that's kind of more of an explosion with a barrel. Oh boy, because I did see a barrel too in there. Oh boy. Yeah. Cindy, can you take an issue with a fire? And what do I want to talk about the fire? Not at the same time, not really Don. Okay, that's okay. That's fair. Cindy, did your uncle did the dogs stay as well? They had them in like clearly if they were doing operations on the animals or treating the animals, they may have stayed. No fire. Okay, to reach, yeah. Okay. So Deanne says it was a barrel of undercoating that exploded. Okay, I always say I give everything I get. I always say that, and if it's not, if you can't take it right away, that's okay too, because the important thing is me getting it out and saying it. I believe everything I get is good. I've said that before, and if you can't take it, that's okay. I've learned to accept a no. It's all right to say no. However, sometimes little things can mean so much to someone, right? That's why I make sure any little thing I say it. So just smoke damage in the kitchen doors. Oh boy. So that was not a good, Deanne, that was not a good issue. Okay. So Cindy, your uncle that was the vet. I want to go back there for a second. I think I had mentioned if they had kennel on site to put the animals. dogs, cats, whatever. They had a place for the animals while they were being taken care of. That's what I want to ask. Okay. I'm going to throw a name out there too, because I'm getting, and it's, I don't know if anybody can take the name Clarence. Anybody can take the name Clarence. Katie, the bingo reference, I got bingo much earlier when we first came on. Haven't really been able to nail exactly down. Dawn was able to take her grandma bingo. They call her grandma bingo, but other than that, that was about it. Okay. I'm really struggling with this one, eh? So we got the dog reference to multiple dogs or a dog kennel. We got the reference to a fire. Got the name Clarence, whatever that means. I have to say it. Cindy says yes, probably yes to the kennel, right? I don't know if Clarence means anything at all. Okay. I need to sort this out so we get a message here. See what's going on. You see how it goes. The first one went much smoother. This one's a little bit of a struggle. That's all right. Okay, we'll see here. A couple of... You know, Deanne, with the barrel thing exploding, when I saw the fire, I did see a barrel, and I wasn't sure if it was a barrel. Some people have a burn barrel on the farm, and they burn stuff. You're saying that was the barrel was actually what exploded, so that kind of makes a little bit of sense, seeing that barrel with the fire or associated to the fire. And you've got a cousin, Clarence. We just can't really place the dogs, can we? We just can't quite place the dogs in this equation just yet, okay? Okay. So I got something else to ask. Dan, is Clarence still here, or is he passed? That's what I want to ask. Just to burn a little brush out back, eh? Yeah. Hi, Julie. Yeah, yeah, everybody had a burn barrel back in the day. That's where everything went. Okay. Trying to get the Clarence thing here. I'm waiting for that. His dad, Clarence. So are you saying there's 3 Clarences? Cousin Clarence Jr. Oh, Jr. is here, but his dad, Clarence, and other Uncle Clarence have passed. Okay. 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 I don't mean to be unkind what I'm going to say. You know, yeah, three Clarences. Okay, I don't mean to be unkind, but are one of the Clarences married to a larger woman, large size? Trying to be, because that's what I'm seeing. Because maybe we can figure out if this is who's coming through here. It's not, it's not the strongest connection just yet. Just trying to get this figured out here a little bit. I don't think I'm with you, Cindy, about with your uncle that's the vet. If you couldn't take Clarence, and I ended up getting 3. Okay. So we'll see if what comes on here in a second. Okay. So Clarence is a family friend that has passed. Okay. I just want to make sure I get this right then. Okay. All right. So he's the one that's passed. Gotcha. Okay. It was a long way getting around, wasn't it? Kind of getting around to this information for sure. A long way getting there. Okay. Would you know? I don't know if you know the information about him or not. Okay. So his wife Pat, she was a larger lady that's passed also. Okay. That's making a little bit more sense because that's where I was feeling the larger. And they enjoyed bingo. Okay, thanks. So we're kind of getting it. The dog reference is there, not maybe as strong as how I felt it. The dog reference, the fire reference, the Clarence reference, the bingo reference. So it's all kind of coming together. Well, you're saying drinking issues. Okay, I didn't pick that up, but I do want to ask you if there were other. Did he have? Do you know if you know the information from him or not? Some people don't know, but I'm going to ask anyway. Do you know if there was any issues with him? And it might even be connected to the drinking issues here. Being outside too long in the cold, maybe even getting frostbite or close to it, or having a problem with that. And I know you're the one who gave me the information on the drinking issues, but I think it may be connected to something like that, where it was just, had a few drinks, stayed outside a little too long. It was really cold, and I'm feeling, and I am with that, as you're saying, the drinking issues. I am feeling the fact that he did have those kind of problems, those nagging, and that's how I feel. I feel like nagging little problems, like little beasties biting at you all the time, and it's that addiction feeling, right? That's what it makes me feel like it's the drinking issues or any kind of addiction thing that just kind of nips at your butt, just that sort of feeling. I just feel that he wasn't exactly in the best frame of mind when he was here on the physical. And it was choices. That's why I'm feeling it was his own choice, right? How things were going through his life. There was just some choices. And he gets that. I think a lot of people, I feel after they've passed, and they look back. I think they do see their life, and they look back, and it was a choice. Okay. You said lots of, so that there was lots of bad choices. I'm sorry, I'm not sure I get your comment. I know that delay kind of something I'm still trying to get used to. But that's the sense that I'm picking up from him. Okay, he's passed. His wife is there with him because certainly because it's her energy. I could see her with him. So they are together. In a whole different way, right? Not worried about all this other. There was a lot of bad choices. Yeah. So they're together. They know that. They see that. They're not. That's not the happiest thing for them to reminisce about. But I think the message that they want to send out, and it's not just for you, but it's kind of for everybody, is to be aware of your choices, and you can choose to go one way or the other, right? Yeah, no more material issues anymore. Yeah. It wasn't just the drinking burden and the bad choice burden. It was financial problems. It was just, they had a tough time. That's how I'm feeling it. Just feels like they had a tough time. Yeah. Sometimes even asking themselves, why, what's the grand scheme of things? Can't seem to get out of the rut. Yeah. So that's how I'm feeling with that for sure. Deanne, I know you've been on before, and I've had messages for you before. You must have a big family or some boy. Because lots of people come through for you. Yeah. Tough life plus 6 kids. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's got to, I don't care how much money you make. When you got 6 kids, that's got to cost you, boy, just to set the table. I can see that for sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, lots of cousins. Yeah, so you've certainly got a big family there for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm going to move. I think I'm going to move on a little bit. Let's see if I can get a little bit more, maybe something else for somebody. That was a tough go to get that one, but again, most everything fell into place. It just takes a little bit of digging. Hi, Catherine. Okay. I'm finding there's, I'm really feeling, this is another, who would remember sitting around either, I'll absolutely let you know, Julie, if I pick something up for sure. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If something comes through, try to read it. I read every comment, and if something sticks out, I'll for sure say something. Does anybody remember growing up? This is as a child now. I mean, not a child of 2 years old, older than that. But but getting a little bit older, telling ghost stories. It's either with a parent or grandparent for sure. Because I can see the older person is there as well. It's just not the kids sitting there, but you're sitting there. They're telling ghost stories and that sort of thing. I'm not sure if it's a candle that's lit or it's somebody holding a flashlight up to your face and doing that spooky thing. And this is going back. These are just some really, really good memories going back, and they're bringing these memories back. Hi, Alita. Bringing those memories back. Memories of setting a tent up in the backyard. And having those kind of fun times like that. Possibly, this may not even, now that I'm seeing it, it might even be the tent where you take the blanket and make it over a couple of chairs in the room, in the bedroom or something. But I'm really getting a sense of all these kind of good memories and bringing that back to life. So if anybody's got memories of that with either a parent or grandparent, yeah. The candle thing going, or the holding the flashlight, making your face look spooky. It's those kind of memories and laughs, just a lot of laughs that were coming through. I'm waiting to see if somebody can pick up on that. I don't have a name or anything just yet. I'll see if I do, if something does come through. I find so often these memories come up in a lot of the readings. You'll notice that too. If you see a lot of the readings, there's so many good memories, and that's what it's about. You want to remember all the good things about people that have passed away, right? They want to remind you of that, rather than sometimes we get stuck in grief and sorrow and guilt. A lot of that too, right? Everybody is guilty about either not saying something to somebody or just whatever. So certainly when they do pass, they always want to get the message across and liven it up, bring some life back into things and lighten it up and bring some happiness. Because unfortunately, we have often our memories are just of the final minutes or the final days. And sometimes things that were said were not. Were set under different conditions than normal. So I'm just wondering, so if nobody can take that, okay. Okay, a great story. Cindy, same uncle, so it's the vet. Okay, so it's the veterinarian. Yeah, I just caught that when you said vet, not a veteran, a veterinarian. There's a difference. I just caught that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Great storyteller and laughing and that sort of thing. No scary stories. That's okay. But the point was to tell them the stories and stuff and making the tent. Does that make any sense at all? Hmm. I really kind of like the candles. I mentioned the candles at first. For some reason, that was the first thing that came to mind with this energy or this person that's coming through, was the candles. That's important. Typically, when you're picking up on someone, they're going to give you the important things first, because who knows how long the connection is going to last. Is it going to last a minute, or is it going to last 10 minutes? And so to keep the most important information, you can't put it at the end of the message. It needs to be soon or early in the message, in the beginning. So, yeah, Cindy the vet. So, Catherine, you have memories of your grandpa and the flashlight and scary stories. So those are the three things. You set a tent up in the backyard. Okay, so I think you're 4 out of 4 now, aren't you? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to ask you something else too, because he's telling me he was a pretty good cook. So either he was or he wasn't, but he's being sarcastic. I'm not sure which one it is. Oh, no tent. Okay. Okay. But I'm going to ask you about the cook thing. He said, yeah, I'm a pretty darn good cook. And it's just the way he's saying it. I'm not sure if I should believe him or not, if it's sarcastic. He feels like a card, a bit of a card. That's why I'm wondering if it's sarcastic, you know, in a joking way, in a laughing way. Yeah, storyteller. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh, and Catherine, yes, he loved to cook. Okay. Maybe this is who we've got coming through then, yeah? Is a grandfather. Okay. Okay, he wants to, that's what I really feel that he's really bringing back again, how they want to bring back those memories. You know, that's what they, and you had good meals with them. Okay. Yeah. Do you have some, do you actually have some books? I don't know if these are cookbooks or not, but I feel that he's showing me some books, and I'm going to leave it at books because I can't see just inside, other than the fact that he may have made notes in it or marks in it, or, you know, some kind of little drawings or something. He's showing me some papers that look like a little book, and he opens it up. Let me see here. He was a funny guy, always making jokes. And that's why I couldn't pick up how he was saying that cooking thing. Yeah, he's a bit of a card, isn't he? Always had the funny little thing to say right away too. He didn't have to think about it. Yeah, he didn't have to think about it. And he says, get this, he says they should bring those old TV shows back. That's funny, eh? Because he says they were so much fun. Old shows like Hee Haw and that sort of thing. So I don't know if you've got any memories going that far back or not. That's getting back there now already, isn't it? But those kind of funny shows that used to be on TV, because I can see him enjoying that sort of thing too. Not, you know, the fact that it was enough that he was a card, he was funny, but he enjoyed watching those kind of one-liner jokes and all that kind of funny stuff. Yeah. And I don't think, you know, Catherine, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I really feel it was hard to get him down. He was always the guy that would bring the energy back up and try to keep things more lighthearted. Yeah, he was always making jokes. You've got genealogy books that are passed down. Okay, that's the writing in it. And yeah, okay, I got it. Okay. That's what he's talking about then. Yeah. Remember your roots, right? Look at that and you can see the people in your family. You know, he's he's saying to remember everybody that's passed away. You know, he doesn't. And Hee Haw was a classic to watch with him. Perfect. Oh, I love it when the evidence is clear like that, crystal clear. I love it. So yeah, Hee Haw. Okay, I'm so glad you could take that. And yeah, he wants everybody to remember. Just remember him. You know, not everybody always happy-go-lucky. Yeah. You know, so I just find it's, you know, it's very important. After somebody passes and after the years go by, it's not that we forget about them. But, you know, generation goes by and another generation, you know, and you want to keep the family genealogy and you want to keep that all intact, right? And that's what he's talking about. He's just so happy. Again, I just feel him so happy. You know, he's not talking about how he passed. He's not talking about any of the negativity. He wants everything to be positive, and everybody just push forward, be positive, and you know, he wishes everybody was happy like him. Yeah. He says if everybody was happy like me, he said we wouldn't need the politicians. I don't know. That's what he said. So maybe he had jokes about politics. Well, we've all got jokes about politicians, right? Hi, Christy. You forgot about the show, yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Well, I'm glad we were able to get around to you, yeah. That's interesting. I enjoy doing the readings on this. It's certainly is good practice. I got to work harder here than when I have people, because I think it's because of the media that we're using here, right? Is through internet and that. But what I love about this is it just goes to show you. I think I said this the last Friday when I was on too. You don't have to be here to still get a message. You can still make that connection. It doesn't matter where you are around the world. You know, it's instantaneous. That etheric world, the spirit world's always around all of us all the time. And it also is a good way to, you know, kind of in a sense prove that we're all interconnected, whether we're in the physical or not in the physical. There's still that interconnection. This one for sure. Fond memories, yeah. Okay. Well, Catherine, at least, you know, it brings them to mind, right? It just brings them to mind, and that's kind of nice. Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, we're going to move on. We'll see if it's almost an hour already. So we had a couple of really good ones. So if something comes through, hi Holly. You know, Holly, something more on a psychic connection, in a psychic way, your energy. I feel there's a couple of hurdles that you're going to have to jump over. Not a big deal, but something you're going to have. I'm not going to pinpoint it. I'm just going to leave that information with you. That moving forward, you said anything for me tonight. This is again more on a psychic level, energetic level. I just feel there's a couple of things that are coming up. Not a big deal. They are manageable, but a couple of bumps in the road, a couple of hurdles coming up that you're gonna run into fairly close together. And for me, it feels very soon because they look very, very tangible. So something that's going to come up very soon. Don't worry about it. Just move forward and know, if anything, take from this what I'm telling you is that you will be able to get through it. You'll get over these hurdles and you'll keep going forward. Okay. Nothing on a mediumistic level. No, sorry, nothing that way. Just taking a quick look here. Oh, quantum entanglement. Yeah, that's search that, see what you get, right? Okay. Nothing yet, Julie, if something does come up. But that's the way to do it. Put it out there. Put it out there. And if something jumps up, that's cool. That's very cool. Can anybody take, real quick, because it is almost an hour, not that I'm on a time limit, I can stay up past my bedtime tonight, so can anybody, can somebody show me some curling? And years ago, I used to curl, but somebody show me some curling. They would go curling. It was a good event because it would keep a person doing some type of physical activity. So if anybody can take a relative that really enjoyed curling. I'm going to just leave that there for a minute and see what else is connected to that. If they're bringing it through, and that's the first thing that I'm hearing is, and feeling and sensing, is this person enjoyed curling. It's important to them. So this would have to be, if you can connect with someone and say, yeah, Uncle so-and-so or Grandpa so-and-so used to love to go curling. Okay. Dad used to curl. Can you think about it, Julie, about who may have passed that enjoyed curling? Because it came, the information came when you came on asking about the other person that's passed. So that's where I want to go to you, Julie. And I felt it was important. It was a good physical activity for them. They enjoyed the companionship of other people, and this is what he's talking about, and getting out and doing these things. I don't think I'm still with Catherine. I think I've moved on, so that's why I'm asking you that. Your Grandpa Bill. Okay. Okay, those were definitely the good times, weren't they, for him in his later years. And again, as I said, it was the companionship that he felt from that, being with other people. Okay, he was also, okay, thanks for the information. But let's see what else he's got to say, though. Okay. Yeah, it was getting out with the public. He certainly enjoyed, again, as I said, the companionship of other people. He got to, really enjoy that aspect of it. Okay, and that was part of his love for curling is to get out and do that. Bev, yeah. Well, Julie was able to take somebody, so I'm gonna stick with that for the time being right now. I had something else coming in here, Julie. Give me a second here. Okay. Julie, what would, because I know you're in the area here, is there a connection to Hiram Walker's with your Grandpa Bill? You had given me his name there, Grandpa Bill. So is there a connection to Hiram Walker's? Because I really want to be drawn to that area, because I do know the area down in that area by the river, and I'm seeing the Hiram Walker's building there. He wouldn't mind a little bit on the rocks once in a while. Is how I'm feeling it. And he says it kept the blood running, kept the blood thin, kept him going, especially on the ice when he was curling. Quite everybody loved him. Everybody really did love him. Let's see what. Okay, so you're not really sure, eh? She's Grandpa Bill was just a little bit. You don't have too much information on him, do you? He did enjoy his drinks. Okay. Okay, yeah, and he still is. They say the person's personality here doesn't change a whole lot. I mean, they're still who they are. It's still their soul. It's their personality. So he's still quite a. And somebody says handsome and well loved by all. Okay, yeah. He was just very outgoing, really happy guy. Okay. Julie, if you don't have a lot of memory from him, so I think I'm going to just leave it at that then. He's just glad to step in and say hello, really, and enjoy life. Enjoy life. So that's a great message. Everybody should enjoy life. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, it's been an hour, and we've had a couple come through very well. I'm happy about what came through tonight for sure. I hope everybody else is too. Some of the details is great evidence, isn't it? And that's evidence is a wonderful thing as long as it comes with a message, because it's really the message that's important, isn't it? But to have no evidence, then we wonder, as a sitter getting the reading, we wonder, is it really this person coming through? But when the evidence comes through and it's clear, good evidence, it's accurate, and we know who it is, we can take that message, can't we? Because we know it's for real. Yeah, you're welcome. You remember something about blood pressure and drinking? And his jokes to subside his drinking. Okay, hey, why not? You use whatever you need at the time to make an excuse sometimes. So remember that if you're getting a reading from someone, it's important to get the evidence. It's important to know who's coming through. It's great when a name specific comes through. So when some real specifics, wonderful evidence. But as I said before, to have only that's not quite enough. The spirit world is there for our well-being, for our highest and best good, and for good messages, and to improve our life, improve our outlook on life. So, your grandfather worked. Joshua, your grandfather worked at Hiram. Yeah. Okay, and you will enjoy life. That's good news. That's good news. Okay. If anybody had any questions, I know it's just been an hour. I think we brought three pretty good connections through tonight. If anybody had anything else that you wanted to say or ask, we've got a few minutes if you'd like. It's pretty quiet, maybe not, eh? Okay. I think tonight was the grandfather night tonight, wasn't it? I think all three connections were grandparents coming through. Men's night tonight. Okay. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed it tonight. I'm not gonna keep you much longer, because as I said, it's been an hour. That's a long time to watch sometimes. So if there's nothing else, I'm so happy you came and spent an hour with me, and you were able to see a little bit of evidence come through and a little bit of message come through. Okay, just taking a look here at some of the comments. Cindy's asking, do I do classes and workshops? Yes, I do workshops. Go to my webpage. So it's my name, davidschultz.ca, www.davidschultz.ca, and take a look. I just redid it, so it's I like it because it's clean and it's just to the point. You'll see the workshops and meditations and that sort of thing in there, and who to connect with and places to call or send me a message. And the workshops are a lot of fun. It's a one-day-long workshop. We look at intuitive. Everybody's intuitive to a degree, right? Everybody's psychic to some degree, and it's unfolding that and working with it. It's that same old thing when you meet somebody for the first time. A lot of times you have a feeling about that person. Do you like them? Not like them? How do you connect? Walking into a room, those real basic intuitive attributes that everybody has. So, we look at all of those, and go through that. We do some exercises. We talk about, psychic readings and how that works. And it's a lot of fun. We talk about energy, working with energy. Meditation is huge because it's the most important thing. It's the basic foundation to everything, is to being able to sit in the silence. And there's a lot more to it. So so just keep an eye on the website. I'm going to be in London, Ontario, but not until late April. And I'd like to do a workshop out that way too. What else is going on? Like I said, readings are coming along. I do some at home. Most, just get a hold of me and we'll try to squeeze you in and see what I can do for a reading. Other than that, thank you everybody for coming. And everybody's saying thanks. So Chris Chopchick, 26 last week. Oh, I had the number 26 last week, didn't I? And so something came up to validate that number. That's neat too. That's neat too. Yeah, Dawn, again, just check the website and go from there. And well, very good. All right, thanks, folks. I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to try to, as I said before, I'm going to try to do this every Friday night. I'm going to be away in March, and if I've got a good connection, I'll try from there as well. It might be from a phone. It might be a little bit different, but I'm going to try. So far, it's been a lot of fun, and if people like it, then I don't mind coming on Friday nights. Like I said, I'm sure come summer, everybody's going to be busy doing other things. Actually, in the summertime, it's just barely getting dark now. So we'll go from there. Okay, everybody. Thank you. And maybe we'll see you either for a reading or I'll see you next Friday. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good weekend.